Hey everybody, it's Dad.
And Quincy.
Oh, talk like a normal person.
And Quincy.
Yay, Quincy can talk like a normal person, whatever normal means. So one thing we're going to show you today, this is going to be a Lego lesson or something like that, and it's going to be very simple, and we're going to show you by putting this away. This is the Sanctum Sanctorum, and we'll show you one thing that we forgot to show you. Yeah, we'll show you one thing that we didn't show you before, and that's this last little thing. When you put Iron Spider-Man up on the roof, there's a little button right here that you can push, and it's supposed to knock him off. Push him really hard, well, and then he falls off. So anyways, that's what that does. So, a lot of you, or a lot of people I should say, have issues with how to store your Lego sets and your Lego bricks. We always recommend, if you have the space, storing them in the boxes, because so many of these sets become collector's editions. Even if they're used sets, you know, the main thing is you want to make sure you keep all the pieces together and you keep the instruction manual, which I think I forgot upstairs. Anyways, alright Quince, grab the box. Okay, so this set, we'll try and get out of Quincy's face, comes with a pretty large box. We know it can take up a lot of room, but still, if you have the space, is what we do it. So, this is our special, okay, so, there you see the problem if you just put the pieces in the boxes. And for years, that's exactly what I did. In fact, I think all of my old sets are just in boxes. So, Quincy, what is our secret storage weapon?
So, if you don't, it's easier if you have struggles, like with having Legos everywhere, and then you can just get baggies and then you can just put the extras in them, and it's easy.
Okay,
Yeah.
So back to the question. Quincy,
Oh, what?
what's our secret weapon? A super secret weapon.
Baggies.
We use baggies. This combo pack comes, this we usually get at Costco. My guess is you can probably buy it in any of the warehouse stores or anywhere. Okay, so what this pack comes with is the gallon size, 52 of those. The quart size, 50 of those. The sandwich size, 125 of those. And even the snack size for really little sets, or just the tiny pieces that are the extras. I like to keep these, there's 120 of those on hand when I'm building, so I have a place to put all the extras somewhere. So, what we always do, especially when we're kind of done and just ready to be done, is take all the minifigs. We'll often put those in a bag by themselves. Dr. Strange here has a cape, and you know, the more that's in there, sometimes those can get all beat up and everything. And then we've got Iron Spider-Man, and we've got all of them together, and we just keep going like that. So the other thing, you can store the Lego sets, the pieces, either all together, assembled, or you can take them apart and store them however you want. Some sets I found are really, really easy to put back together when you leave them somewhat assembled. Other sets, it doesn't save you any time at all because there's just too much to really work with, and the pieces don't come apart very well at all.
Like this.
Yeah. This one, I mean, like this little unit, it could easily stay together. This is going to break off no matter what you do, and you're going to have to probably take it off just to get the rope off eventually anyways. So there are just little things like that. Now, I looked to see if, as you may know, we put together the original yellow castle a while ago, and I noticed that some of those pieces didn't stick very well. I don't think that was actually from having it assembled. I think it was because of 2 other issues. So from what I can tell, the clutch factor, how well they stick together, isn't affected by whether you keep them together or not. I do think over a really long period it actually will affect the clutch, but so far nobody seemed to have problems after 20 or 30 years like the set I had. The thing that is going to hurt your Lego more than anything, especially if you don't keep it in the boxes, keep it out of, do you know what, Quince? What do we don't want the bricks to get in, since they're plastic?
The vacuum?
Yeah, definitely don't let them get in the vacuum. That'd be a bad storage idea. But don't put them in sunlight. Sunlight, the UV rays will degrade the plastic, and keep them out of extreme temperatures. Really bad heat, really bad cold, and worse than anything is a combination of the 2, like in an attic space, especially if you live in an area with seasons, because the extremes from the cold to the heat will eventually make the plastic really brittle, which is what I think happened with the shield on my yellow set. So we're going to put this one away in just a minute, but the final thing we want to show you before we pack this puppy up is what do you do with the instruction manual. Quincy, do you have a way to store this without it getting bent pages?
No.
No, you don't, do you? Okay. This doesn't always work for all sets because they like to make the instruction manual just lighter than the baggie. As you know, they all come in bags essentially when they're brand new sets. The larger sets are the hardest because, again, it's a matter of whether you can get
Just put
the
it
instruction.
in the
Yep. See, and that's probably going to ruin it if I do that. It'll go in really easy this way.
But then it will ruin it.
No, it won't ruin it. Usually you can't close. Oh, this one, look. We can close this one. Couldn't close the last one.
You can't close this one.
Yeah, the Falcon, which is in our way, you can't close. But there's one other thing we like to do. If you've got any cardboard boxes sitting around, cut a piece of cardboard.
Cut a piece of cardboard. Cut it.
Just slightly larger.
I want to cut it. I want to cut it. I want to cut it.
Okay, you can cut the next one.
Yay.
Cut one. Here, you can cut that one.
Yay.
Just like that. So cut it right there.
Okay.
Go straight across.
Okay.
So take the cardboard, 2 pieces if you've got it. Just stick it in the baggie with the manual. And that way when you've got 2 of them in there, hopefully I cut it small enough, yep, it still shuts. When you have 2 of them in there, you're not going to, especially if the cardboard is bigger than your manual, you're not going to ruin your manual and get it all crinkly and all of that. And that's the hardest thing to store in the box because it gets, with all the pieces like this, it just gets jumbled in there, and depending on how you store the box, it will all fall apart. Good job. So, we take this, stick it in there with that as well. Now, our baggie's not going to close.
Or you could just bend it like this.
So we may take that one out eventually. We'll have to just play with this one. Anyways, really low tech, but it's actually really quite efficient. So, baggies on a little cardboard and your original box are a good way to store your Legos. Excuse me. Store your Legos and your Lego bricks and keep them with their value, because with the box they will sell, and especially with the instructions they will sell more. Now one final thing, this sandwich, this is the snack size box. A lot of Lego boxes are about the same size. The smaller ones will be a little thinner, but on these big boxes you'll notice that fits in just perfect. Once we have all this in a baggie, especially if we keep it together, as you can see, this whole set would probably slide in the box. In fact, I bet it will.
If you have a table.
Yep, it'll slide right in the box.
If you have a table.
So we could keep this assembled if we wanted to.
Ding, ding.
And just put it in there. But you'll see, this only takes up half the box. You can get one, at least, or possibly 2 other sets in this box if you really start to run out of space. So again, don't let keeping the box stop you from storing it this way, because you can use your space a little more efficiently. That's awesome. Okay, we'll see you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.